The idea of getting married to the one you love can be such a beautiful thing, especially when it's something that you've been dreaming of since you were a little girl or boy. But sometimes when you want something so bad, you can tend to read too much into things and start seeing hints of marriage everywhere. And this can be even worse when it's your best friend who you're doing this with. You might start to see hints of marriage in their actions when there really isn't any there at all. So how do you know if your spouse Doobie is actually serious about taking that next step with you? Well, here are 7 signs your marriage is coming soon. No. 1. You've talked about marriage and where you see your future together. Have you and your partner talked about where you see your future together? Perhaps you've discussed what your ideal wedding would look like or how many children you'd like to have. Any mention of the future together is a good sign that your partner sees you in their future. In fact, a recent study from the University of Texas at Austin found that discussing one's future with their partner is an important factor in relationship commitment. Researchers assessed 136 couples who had been dating for between 6 months and 5 years. They found that those who were able to talk about their ideals and goals for the future had greater commitment to the relationship, regardless of whether they were married or not. Author of the study and assistant professor of communication studies, Dr. Karen Anderson, explained, when people talk about their goals and ideals, it creates a shared representation of the relationship and the future. It allows them to see each other in that context and envision a joint future together. If you and your partner have openly talked about marriage, chilling where you see yourself in 10 years, EJ, then chances are he sees you in his future and is likely to propose soon. No. 2. He talks about introducing you to his family and friends. Has your boyfriend mentioned introducing you to his family and friends? This is a very positive sign that he's thinking of taking your relationship to the next level. Why? Well, according to a relationship expert and author John Gutt, meeting the parents is a clear indicator that a couple is moving towards engagement in marriage. In fact, he says that this is usually what happens right before proposal. He explains, the male typically does most of the deciding around when the time is right for marriage, and will often broach the topic of marriage with his friends and family long before he actually proposes. So if your boyfriend has been talking to his close ones about you, then this is a clear sign he is ready to introduce you to them. And if that's the case, it may just mean that he's going to ask you to marry him. No. 3. He's talking about buying a house and committing long-term. Is he ready to buy a house? According to statistics, homeownership is one of the biggest milestones in a person's life, only topped by marriage and having children. And buying a home with someone is a huge decision and commitment. A report from Zillow found that homeownership was the #1 milestone for young adults, beating out marriage, having children, finishing school, and even buying a car. In fact, 81% of 22-29-year-olds consider homeownership as one of the top 3 major milestones in life. So if your boyfriend is talking about buying a house in the near future, it's likely that he wants to put down roots and settle down. And what better way to seal the deal than to marry the love of your life? No. 4. He says he can't imagine his life without you. Has he dropped the L-bomb? Saying I love you is a big deal, and when you hear these 3 words from your partner, it means that they trust you, feel completely comfortable with you, and have a deep emotional connection with you. But some might argue that saying I love you doesn't always mean that he wants to get married. And that's true. A recent study from Susan M. Hughes, an evolutionary psychologist at Albright College, found that saying I love you doesn't necessarily mean they want to get married. Hughes conducted 3 studies with over British and American adults and found that although saying I love you is a common precursor to marriage proposals, it isn't the whole story. She explains, people say I love you for different reasons. Sometimes we say it because we want something from our partners, such as sex. Sometimes we say it because we feel under pressure to say it, such as because our partner has said it to us. And sometimes we say it because we want to strengthen our commitment to our partner. However, If he says it out of the blue and you've never pressured him to say it, then this is a great sign that he is ready to take the next step with you. No. 5. He asks what your ring size is and jokes about getting married. Does he often joke about marriage? Or perhaps you recently asked what your ring size is. If so, this is clearly a sign that he is ready to pop the question. According to brides.com, joking about marriage is a clear sign your partner is ready to get engaged. The site explains that playing around with the idea of marriage shows that he is contemplating it in his own mind, and asking your ring size is obviously a huge hint that he is planning to propose. Brides.com says it may seem silly, but pay attention to what he jokes about. If he cracks wise about marriage or having kids, he may be trying to tell you that he's thinking about committing to you long term. Bonus point if he asks you what your ring size is. No, sick. He compliments you and lets you know how much he appreciates you. Does he praise you often? Maybe he thanks you for all that you do. Perhaps he often tells you how much he appreciates you. Well, this is also a clear sign that he is ready to take the plunge. Why? Well, according to the nuts, compliments and expressions of gratitude are clear signs that your man is thinking of marriage. The site explains, if he's been dropping hints that he wants to spend the rest of his life with you, he'll probably let you know how much he appreciates you and thanks you for being in his life, because what better way to ask you to marry her? No. 7. He's slowed down the cheating. Has your partner suddenly stopped going out with his friends every weekend? Although this could mean a number of things. It is possible that he is doing this so that he can work on your relationship and take things to the next level. This is called relationship maintenance. And according to psychologist Dr. Aaron Benzeev, it is a positive predictor of a relationship's future. Dr. Benzeev explains relationship maintenance behaviors are what keep relationships going, especially after the initial attraction wears off. It keeps the relationship strong and helps it to last longer. So, if your boyfriend has been spending more time with you and less time with his friends, then this is a good sign that he is ready to take the next step with you. Have you noticed any of these signs in your boyfriend? Will you be getting engaged soon? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to click the like button and share it with a friend. Subscribe and hit the notification bell icon for more content like this. As always, thanks for watching.